Prunella Margaret Rumney West Scales, née Illingworth, born on June 22, 1932, and sadly died October 27, 2025, was one of Britain's most beloved actresses, a woman whose warmth, wit, and courage made her not just a national treasure, but a symbol of grace and endurance. Best known for her unforgettable role as the sharp-tongued yet endearing Sybil Fawlty in the BBC's timeless sitcom Fawlty Towers, and for her majestic portrayal of Queen Elizabeth II in Alan Bennett's A Question of Attribution, 1991, which earned her a BAFTA nomination, Scales' career spanned more than 7 decades of brilliance. Later in life, she became the heart and soul of the poignant documentary series Great Canal Journeys, 2014 to 2019, in which she and her husband, fellow actor Timothy West, shared their adventures along the waterways of Britain and beyond, a touching portrait of enduring love and quiet resilience. Prunella had an estimated net worth of $2 million at the time of her death. Early life, a childhood shaped by art and war. Prunella Margaret Rumney Illingworth was born on June 22, 1932, in Sutton Abinger, Surrey. Her life began in a home filled with both discipline and creativity. Her father, John Richardson Illingworth, a cotton salesman turned army lieutenant, had served bravely with the Wiltshire Regiment during the First World War and later in the Auxiliary Military Pioneer Corps in the Second. Her mother, Catherine, affectionately known as Bim, was an actress herself, having studied for a time at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts and later performing with the Liverpool Playhouse's repertory company. From her mother, young Prunella inherited a love for the stage. From her father, she inherited quiet strength and perseverance. She grew up alongside her younger brother, Timo Illingworth, who would go on to become a decorated lieutenant colonel and OB recipient. When war once again cast its long shadow over Europe in 1939, the Illingworth family relocated to Bucks Mills near Bideford in Devon. Despite the uncertainty of wartime Britain, the young girl's love of performance began to bloom. In 1942, she won a scholarship to Mora House School, which had been temporarily moved to the peaceful surroundings of Windermere in the Lake District. Her mother and brother accompanied her, offering comfort and support in those turbulent years. When peace returned, Mora House reopened in Eastbourne, and Prunella continued her education there. Her teachers saw in her a bright, eloquent student, encouraging her to apply to Oxford or Cambridge. But Prunella's heart belonged to the stage. In 1949, she earned a scholarship to the Old Vic Theatre School, the first great step in a lifelong love affair with acting. Career beginnings, a spark that would not dim. Prunella began her professional journey in 1951 at the Bristol Old Vic, not as a star but as an assistant stage manager, a role she accepted with enthusiasm, declaring that she had always wanted to be an actress. That humble beginning marked the start of a steady climb toward brilliance. Throughout her career, Scales had a natural gift for comedy, her timing impeccable, her delivery precise, her characters bursting with life. She appeared in the now-lost 1952 adaptation of Pride and Prejudice, followed by roles in Laxdale Hall, 1953, Hobson's Choice, 1954, Room at the Top, 1959, and Waltz of the Toreadors, 1962. Her breakout moment came in the early 1960s with the BBC sitcom Marriage Lines, in which she starred opposite Richard Briers. The series made her a familiar face to British audiences, admired for her warmth and sparkling wit. The Legend of Sybil Fawlty. In 1975, television history was made. Prunella Scales was cast as Sybil Fawlty, the formidable yet hilariously exasperated wife of John Cleese's bumbling hotel manager, in Fawlty Towers. The show, which ran for just 2 short series, 1975 and 1979, became one of the greatest comedies ever produced. Scales' portrayal of Sybil, with her piercing voice, iconic hairdo, and unforgettable laugh, was a masterclass in comic performance. Her Sybil was not simply a nagging wife. She was intelligent, pragmatic, and the true backbone of Fawlty Towers. Beneath her sharp exterior was a woman holding together chaos with charm and authority. Her chemistry with Cleese made the show an instant classic. Audiences adored her, and she adored her craft. The role brought her fame, but more importantly, it gave her a place in the hearts of millions who saw in Sybil both the absurdity and humanity of everyday life. A career of range and grace. Though Sybil Fawlty made her a household name, Prunella Scales' talent stretched far beyond comedy. In film, she appeared in The Boys from Brazil, 1978, The Wicked Lady, 1983, The Lonely Passion of Judith Hearn, 1987, and the Oscar-winning Howard's End, 1992. Her screen presence was magnetic. Every role, large or small, carried her signature blend of intelligence and sincerity. Her 1991 performance as Queen Elizabeth II in Alan Bennett's A Question of Attribution showcased her depth as a dramatic actress and earned her a BAFTA nomination. She could embody royalty as naturally as she could a working-class woman, always with subtlety and truth. Beyond film and television, she shone on stage and radio. She lent her voice to BBC Radio 4's After Henry and Ladies of Letters, charming audiences with her wit and warmth. Her one-woman show an evening with Queen Victoria, performed over 400 times worldwide, was a testament to her endurance and passion for storytelling. Later years, love, laughter, and courage. In her later years, Prunella found new ways to connect with audiences. From 2014 to 2019, she and her husband Timothy West embarked on a deeply personal project, Great Canal Journeys, a documentary series following their travels along Britain's canals and rivers. The series was more than a travelogue, it was a love story. Through gentle narration and tender moments, viewers witnessed a couple navigating not only waterways, but the challenges of aging and memory loss. Critics called it a beautiful, meditative program, a portrait of devotion in the face of change. Even as vascular dementia began to cloud her memory after her diagnosis in 2013, Scales remained radiant, spirited, and full of humor. "Somehow, we have coped with it," Timothy said in a 2023 BBC interview. And Prue doesn't really think about it. Their story touched millions. They became symbols of enduring love, two souls bound by art, laughter, and empathy. Personal life, a marriage for the ages. Prunella married Timothy West in 1963, beginning a partnership that lasted over 60 years, a bond built on respect, laughter, and shared passion for the theater. Together, they raised two sons, including the acclaimed actor and director Samuel West. She also embraced Timothy's daughter from a previous marriage as part of her family. Their marriage was not only one of companionship, but also creative collaboration. They acted together numerous times, both on stage and screen, embodying a love story that transcended fiction. Even after Timothy's passing in 2024, Scales continued to speak of him with profound affection, her eyes often lighting up at the mention of his name. A lover of nature and the English countryside, Prunella also gave her time to worthy causes. She served as president of the Council for the Protection of Rural England, 1997 to 2002, and supported charities such as Beyond Autism. In 2005, she even had the honor of naming the P&O cruise ship Artemis, a fitting tribute to a woman whose spirit was always in motion. Illness and strength. The first signs of Prunella's memory difficulties appeared in 2001 while she was performing at the Greenwich Theatre. But true to her resilient nature, she continued to act, to travel, and to live with humor and dignity. Her diagnosis of vascular dementia in 2013 was met not with despair, but with quiet courage. She spoke openly about her condition, helping to raise awareness and understanding. Her willingness to share her journey made her an inspiration for countless families facing similar challenges. Great Canal Journeys became, in many ways, a documentary of both love and loss. A long, slow goodbye, as one critic beautifully described it, filled with moments of grace and gratitude. Final years in passing. Prunella Scales passed away peacefully at her home in London on October 27, 2025, aged 93. Her family confirmed that she had been living with vascular dementia since 2013, and that the condition contributed to her passing. In a touching revelation, her sons shared that she had watched Fawlty Towers the day before she died, a final connection to the role that had defined her for generations. Tributes poured in from across the world. John Cleese, her on-screen husband and comedic partner, described her as a truly wonderful comic actress and a very sweet lady. BBC comedy director John Petrie called her a national treasure, while broadcaster Giles Brandreth remembered her as a funny, intelligent, gifted human being. The Alzheimer's Society honored her for her openness about dementia, calling her an inspiration. Her loss was felt deeply, not just by those who had worked with her, but by millions who had grown up watching her, laughing with her, and admiring her grace. A legacy of light. Prunella Scales' life was a tapestry woven with love, laughter, and quiet determination. From her early days in repertory theater to her unforgettable television performances, from the stage lights of the Old Vic to the gentle glow of canal sunsets, she lived every moment with purpose and poise. Her story is not just one of artistic achievement, but of humanity, of how to grow old with dignity, how to love deeply, and how to face life's challenges with humor and hope. She reminded us that joy can exist even in struggle, and that true beauty lies in persistence and kindness. As her beloved husband once said, "She's still Prue. She's still the girl I married." And to the world, she will always be the incomparable, radiant, and forever cherished Prunella Scales.